What's up? We are canceling everybody today. Pepe Le Pew, Christian.
Okay, so if you no, leave it. So if you don't, we started we started Taboo Talk, and then my computer just straight up shut down for a second, and we were in the midst of talking about like people getting canceled and all this shit. Somehow it went from
with like Pepe Le Pew.
Speedy Gonzalez to Pepe Le Pew to Chris D'Elia, and I don't know how it happened.
And it was making no sense.
It was making no sense, and I got to a point where I was just like, you know what I mean? Like,
it just,
you know what I mean? And I didn't really have any good argument.
I don't know where we were going with the direction on that.
What I did want to talk about today is vices that people have. We all have them, you know? So mine, people who've watched this channel before have probably seen me puffing on a little fucking vape nicotine fucking thing, and I'm done.
Okay.
I'm not buying them anymore. If somebody has one around me, I might take a puffy puff or two just to give them a little fix. Okay. But I'm not buying anymore.
Okay.
For multiple reasons. One, God, that's satisfying. I've literally been wanting to smoke one all fucking the past 2 days. I've just been like,
that's called withdrawals.
Yeah.
Sheerans.
One, it's helped me with anxiety from work and stress and shit. That being said, I mean, it's a stupid cost to have. It's a waste of money.
You might as well smoke cigarettes.
Fuck that.
It's the same shit.
Not really. Cigarettes are dirtier and they fuck up your teeth, and they're way worse.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. But it's a waste of money, and then it's fucking with my cardio for fighting.
Yep.
And so it's I need to stop. I need to. And I do this here addressing it that I kept trying not to address it. I have a problem. I would sit there and I would buy a 3-pack of these things, and I would get in my car and go, why the fuck did I just buy these?
Yeah.
And so it's I need you and my people to hold me accountable. Okay. And not let me, stop wasting my fucking money.
Yeah, those things are expensive.
Yeah, 3-pack was okay, just might as well air all my dirty laundry. A 3-pack of the ones I normally get were $13.
Okay.
And they would last me probably 3 days.
Okay.
And if I took a day off, it was kind of a surprise. So, yeah.
Dang. Okay.
So I was spending
that's
not
quite
a ton of money, but a decent amount of money a month. Mm-hmm. Probably $100 a month on that shit.
Shit.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. So I'm done. I'm done with it. Right?
Now, how do you feel?
I really want one.
That's how I felt whenever I first started trying to quit cigarettes. Because I used to smoke a pack. I would kill a pack in 2 days. I wasn't I don't know if that's considered heavy smokers. Because I know, or at least when I used to work for Wingstop, there was a cook that would smoke a pack of cigarettes a day.
That's crazy.
And then I worked for a guy that when we would go out for a smoke break, he would smoke 3 or 4 just in one. I saw this man hit a cigarette twice and finish it.
Well, I think my thing was so about a year and a half ago when I broke up with I started going to the girl's house. I stayed with them for quite a while, and I started going to their house all the time, and they were hitting jewels and shit all the time, and I was like, what is that? Let me try it. And I tried it, and I was like, oh shit, that's quick and easy. Then making a hookah. And so I was started getting on those, and then I switched over to vape pods and all stuff because they had a little bit of flavor to them and all this shit. And then for the past few weeks, my job has literally just been driving around, talking to businesses, doing marketing stuff. So I've been, and I hate saying this because it's so stupid, but I've been in my car and I've been bored. And I was like, smoking makes me feel a little bit less anxious, chills me out. And then I did it because I was bored was part of it.
Have you tried crack cocaine?
No. I'm good. Hard pass.
I've never tried it. I was just making a joke.
Do we need to talk? Like, do I need to pause this?
No, I'm fine.
You worry me sometimes.
I'm good.
You ever meet You ever meet somebody and they're like, you're like, oh, this is like a really chill person. Like you're really normal and you're chill. And they're like, yeah, so I was doing cocaine with these hookers in Mexico like 3 weeks ago. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
You did what?
Yeah.
Like there's a girl that I was like, this is the nicest, sweetest girl I've ever met in my entire life. Right? I was like, you were just the most innocent, sweet little thing. And then she was like, yeah, so like I went and stayed at this hostel in Europe and I was getting nailed in this like stairway. And I was like, what the fuck?
They talk about it like it's a trailer of a movie.
Like what? I was like, I've never heard you talk about anything like this. And then you're like, yeah, I just screwed some random dude in a stairwell. And it's like, holy shit.
Yeah. Stop at a Buc-ee's, there was a hole in the wall. I just decided to stick it. It just happens, you know.
I don't know whose mouth was on the other side, but
it was Bucky.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what he goes by.
There's a little bit of stubble. Yeah. That's all I know.
You know why he goes by Bucky?
No,
because he only has his 2 front teeth.
I thought that was gonna be a better joke than that.
Yeah, me too. It fucking landed flat. So thank you for checking out this podcast.
Why did the beaver go by the most obvious fucking shit about a beaver?
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to talk about vices. Because, you know, like, everybody has them and you try not to judge. Like, everybody inherently wants to judge people and their vices, but it's like, you gotta try not to, you know?
Because they all have them for mostly the same reason, whether it's anxiety or stuff like that. Because I used to smoke cigarettes because I was anxious.
Yeah.
And then I just started smoking them, and it just became a habit. So anytime that I was at work and I was stressed, I would go and smoke a cigarette. I would finish eating, I would go smoke a cigarette. And that was just like that. Like, I would go through a pack and eat 2 days, 3 days, and then I would continue to do it. And then I would try to quit, and then it would just be like clockwork. After I was done eating, I'm like, fuck, I need a cigarette. And I'll bum them from other people, and then I'll feel bad that I'm bumming, and I'll just go buy a pack and say, I'm just going to keep it, just ones for whatever. But then I started carrying them in my pocket, and anytime you went anywhere. And then this is how I quit. I try to quit 2 or 3 times prior to this event, is what I would just call it. And I could not do it. I couldn't put them down. I would either get anxious or start having headaches, or I would just be very uncomfortable throughout the day. One day I go over to TJ's house. I bought a pack of cigarettes, and I said, hey man, I'm done. And I gave it to him. We smoked one cigarette, and I gave him the pack. I started driving home, and I just felt my mouth water. Just my mouth started watering, so I'd like drop the window, and I just spit out the window, and then it's just like saliva was just, and I'm like, holy shit. And usually when your mouth waters like that, you're gonna throw up.
Yeah.
So I had a cup of Sonic. I grabbed the cup of Sonic. I tossed the slushie out the window, and I just puked in the car.
Oh shit.
In the middle of the highway.
Holy fuck.
So I pull over, I chunk that sucker out the window, and then I just literally sit there. And all I could taste was fucking cigarette smoke.
Wow.
In my mouth. And I haven't picked up a cigarette since.
Interesting.
I don't have the urge to do it. I don't think about it.
Well, you know what I've done like the past day and a half is I've been going through packs of gum. Because I think I have like an oral fixation now too, where it's like if I'm not hitting on something, I gotta like keep my mouth up. I have to keep my mouth occupied.
Told you, Buc-ee's. They got clean bathrooms.
Makes it a more special experience.
It does.
Oh shit!
They give you a little hand sanitizer inside. Yeah, it's great. Shout out to Buc-ee's. But yeah, when I first started, people were telling me to chew on toothpicks because it gives you that sensation of having something in your mouth.
Yeah. And
yeah, so I feel you on that.
I'm not going to talk about that other advice. I thought about it for a second. I'm not going to... I think you know what I'm talking about.
We talked about the anal beads a couple episodes
back. No, that's not what the fuck I'm...
You met... I thought we talked about... Another podcast. Another one. That might be a rated R podcast. We might just do one that we just release on...
Is that
That's
the one?
the NFT.
Is that the one where we go in depth with like the BDSM and shit that you keep asking me about?
We're gonna do a special on the road podcast.
Dude, that'd be fun if we
That'd be
took
kinda
an
fun if we,
Austin trip
yeah.
and we just podcasted the entire way there.
That'd be fun.
Let's do that.
I'm
down as fuck.
I'm
okay,
down.
cool. How's therapy going?
I haven't taken one since the last session. This therapist is such a hard person to get a hold of, because I'm going through Doctors on Demand.
Okay.
And she has very limited slots that go straight to Doctors on Demand.
Okay.
So I have to check every day for her availability to open.
For like that day or just
in general?
Oh shit.
Because people cancel, and then those slots open, but it's very hard. And I really like talking to her, so I'm kind of wanting to stick out and kind of just hold on.
Well, yeah.
I've been doing all right.
If you felt like it clicked the first time, then yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of checking and seeing, but yeah, I'm trying to figure out where this person's gonna have a slot open for me.
So how have things been going with planning the wedding?
It's been going well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just figured out.
She sounded like she was losing her mind earlier.
No, she's fine.
Okay.
It's just obviously wedding planning is very stressful, naturally.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we have the venue already. We just got the DJ.
I know. I gotta look at it. It was fucking gorgeous.
Did you look it up?
Oh yeah.
It was nice, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, is it gonna be appropriate for me to dress like the devil?
Probably. But no, it's like it's in the middle of like the country.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
Because when we went to go look,
it's outside. I'm gonna have to project.
Yeah. It's
I
pretty
love
cool.
So it's like, let me paint the picture for you, right? So it's like this really pretty ranch. It said bridal cottage. Do we get a groom's cottage?
We don't get a cottage, but we do get like our groomsmen room.
Is it dope?
It's pretty dope.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Well, the thing is, like this was a farm.
Yes.
Back in the day.
Yes.
Like I think like 10 years ago they turned it into a venue, and they basically just turned the cattle ranch or the cattle barn. They took that and just made it a venue. So it's an actual barn, and it looks like an actual barn.
Yes.
But they just remade it into this venue.
The reception area is beautiful.
The ladies have a cottage, which was the original house on the ranch. Like,
okay.
For the last 100 years or some shit. Like, that house is old.
That's rad.
And it's also tiny. And it's cute as hell, and the inside's like renovated. It's really nice. And then on the backside, you have like the cattle gates where they would bring them in and all that.
Okay.
I mean, it's a pretty cool place.
That's dope.
There's a little creek down the hill.
Dope.
Where you can go and fish
Great
and whatever.
pictures.
They told us like, hey, people like the grooms.
I just imagine us in a bunch of
here.
suits fishing.
Yeah. And it's in the middle. So like, we went to go see it, and Ashley had seen it online, and she was like, I love this place. Let's go look at it. She walked in, we looked, and as soon as we pulled in, there's just deer.
That's rad.
Just running. And I'm talking about it's in the middle of the country.
It's Decatur, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And we tore it, and Ashley was like, this is it. And I was like, cool.
So the actual chapel area is just a bunch of solid white benches outside.
Like wooden benches.
Yes, with like a platform stage up in front of them. But what I love, so that you can still have this moment, is there's a floating doorway of these beautiful... I'm getting literally chills.
Yeah.
Like, there's this floating doorway of these big, solid, like, wooden, white doors that they'll be able to open and she'll be able to come out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cry. I ain't gonna cry.
I know I'm gonna cry, for sure.
But yeah, I was texting because I was like, okay, because I was trying to picture it in the head, because... If you didn't know, I'm officiating the man's wedding.
Yes.
And I've been writing my stuff of what I want to
Nice.
say. And I ran it by the girls. I was like, I promise, I swear to God, I'm going to be good. I swear, I will confirm with you, Ashley, I'm going to be good. But I've read my stuff, and like, Aaron was like, oh my, Emily's emotionally dead. So she was like, yeah, that's cute. And Aaron was like, oh my God, that's so cute. That would make me cry. And I was like, good, that's the goal.
That's the goal.
But I did laugh because when I was at Jacob's wedding this past weekend, we're just like chilling in the chapel area, and the guy who's gonna officiate is sitting up there, and he's sitting on the chairs, and we just like made a couple jokes. Like, it was such a pretty chapel that me, like Isaiah Acosta, and a couple other people were just like, "Sounds like you should be like hearing the Halo theme song in here." And I just sat there and I just go, "Oh," and I start doing it, and then we all like laugh for a second, and then I have never heard a priest do this, and it made me laugh my ass off. Where he's just sitting there, and if you've seen The Princess Bride, you know he just goes, "Marriage brings us together," and I started dying laughing. Where I was like, I've never heard like a priest actually make that joke at a wedding. He wasn't during the wedding, but it was great. What the fuck was? Oh yeah, but that was my thought. I was like, it would be fucked it up because Ashley's dad's only stipulation. What's up, Mr. Hobbs? His only stipulation when I start with dearly beloved, and we are gathered here today to celebrate this man, this woman. Because marriage brings us together.
He's a huge Prince fan, so that's where that comes from.
Yeah,
yeah.
I can sing it.
Just start the whole thing.
I can be like 2000 parties over. Oops, out of time.
All purple suit.
Oh, dude, I'll rock purple. We'll do the Joker makeup for me again.
That would be crazy.
That would be dope.
And then
as
do
shit.
it in character.
You can dress up as Batman. She'll be Selena Kyle. Dude, what are we doing? We can have a DC wedding.
Okay.
We.
So I've been telling my family like it was an October wedding, right?
Yeah.
So I was over at my cousin's house. Sebastian, scary. And I was telling one of my cousins that our wedding's in October. Well, I never told her a date. I just told her in October. So my aunt comes over for dinner. We went out to eat for my brother's birthday.
Okay.
Right. I took my parents out.
That's awesome.
We all went out. And my aunt came by. My cousins. Well, one of my girl cousins, Barbara, wasn't there, and my aunt was like, "Hey, I don't know why, but Barbara thinks it's a Halloween wedding." And I haven't.
She was gonna dress up as a witch.
I haven't told her yet that it's not a Halloween. So,
if she wears a costume there, I'm not gonna be able to hold it together.
I won't be able to hold it together.
I will not be able to hold it together. So
now I'm really debating whether to tell her or not, and just see and hope for the best. So.
First off, she's not going to show up. She thinks it's the wrong date.
No. She thinks it's on a day, but she thinks we're having a Halloween theme wedding.
That's amazing. First off, I would totally do that. That would be so fun to do costumes instead of like dressing up. I have a friend
that when they got married on Halloween and had a Halloween wedding.
That's awesome.
They had a competition, like custom competition.
That's awesome.
I won best dress.
What did you do?
The wedding was in 2014, 2015.
Okay.
I dressed up as President Donald Trump. Because I thought that was going to be a horrible thing to see. Little did we know that we actually lived through it, and I was right. It was a horrible thing to see. But I mean, I wore like the suit. I wore the little flag pin. I wore a red tie, and I wore this gold.
Oh, that would have been
like
that would have been funnier
wig.
if you had gone as Donald Trump and then like a Mexican Donald Trump. That would have been funny.
Yeah, I dressed up as El Presidente Trump.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah, won best dress. Got a $25 gift card to Lids.
You'll have to show me that picture if you have it because I want to see that shit.
Dude, it's hilarious.
That's funny as fuck. But yeah, so I was like, I've been writing my stuff.
I'm excited to hear it,
bro. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry, man. And I know you told me I like have to hold it together. I'm not. Like, it's y'all. You know.
See, and we just
y'all are like my best friends.
Ashley and I went to a wedding this last weekend.
Yeah.
And it was one of her friends' wedding, and then I think a friend of the bride officiated, and the whole time, and this was so annoying to me, because I already hate when people have the sniffles, right? And they just,
I won't get the sniffles.
Right? She was officiating the wedding, and the whole time, you can hear, like just the mucus building because she had a mic, right?
I'll take it next week.
And then it's just wet. You can just hear that wet phlegm just going through, and it's all mic'd. It's hilarious.
But so I went. So here's a fun, half depressing fact about Travis. I've now been to 5 weddings in my life, and 23 funerals. I feel like it should be the opposite, and it's not. Half my family's dead. Fun. I get to make that joke.
Jesus.
Dude, the amount of people that like I'll make a joke like that, they go, Jesus Christ. I'm like, no, I can make the joke. You know? Cancer's a fun part of our family. Really brings us fucking together. Thanks, God. But so, like, the last 2 weddings I went to, I mean, before Jacob's wedding was 4 years ago, because it was right before I started dating and it was Brandon Potter's wedding.
Sounds familiar.
He was friends with my brother.
Okay.
He was y'all's age. He played basketball. Anyways. And then before that, it was like 14 years before.
You got 2 this year, at least 2 more.
I got 3 this year. So I had Jacob, I got you, and then I got
your brother,
Aaron's wedding, which we were worried it was gonna be on the same day as your wedding, and my mom was like, "You have to go," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go."
That's why we moved the date.
Is it really?
Because we wanted you there.
Oh, dude, you think I wasn't gonna ghost his ass to come to your wedding?
We didn't want.
You asked me to officiate.
We didn't want to be the reason you don't show up to your own brother's wedding.
You ready? No, you ready for first off? You ready for me getting asked to be a part of his groom's party? I was like, my mom was asking me about bringing a date to this, and I was like, I don't know. I mean, if I'm fucking dating somebody, maybe.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, we want them to feel awkward because, like, you know, when you're up there. And I was like, the fuck do you mean up there? And she's like, well, you're part of the group's party. I was like, this is fucking news to me. Nobody told me this shit.
So wait, he didn't actually...
No, you ready? Oh, let me get there. It gets better. So this is my mother telling me this. And then dipshit FaceTimes me one day. And I was like, what's up? And he goes, you know you're a part of the... You know you're in the, like, wedding party, right? I was like, no, you're just now, like... You're not even asking me. You're not asking. You're literally just saying, you know you're part of the wedding. That's not asking me.
Yeah.
What? Ask. 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 You know?
Yeah.
Like, you had actually called me and this super sweet shit of like, we had an idea, you know, Jose has... Why did I make her sound like that? Jose has...
She does not sound like that.
She doesn't sound like that at least.
I'll take that, Ashley, over... I'm just kidding, baby. I'm playing. It's a joke. It's for the podcast.
But she was like, you know, he has you and he has TJ and he has Richard, you know, like y'all 3 are his, you know, so since we wanted to like include, would you want to officiate? And I was like, ah!
I'm pretty sure you cried.
I think I teared up a little bit.
I think you teared up.
I did. I teared up a little bit.
But I did hear a scream and then like, fuck yes.
It was, ah!
Basically.
And then, yes! Yes, 100% yes.
Yes,
I'll do it.
That's exactly what happened.
And then Ashley was like, okay, hold on. Let's talk, okay? Honey, let's talk. You gotta tone it down 50%.
She said it straight before you even said yes. I know you would have. I know you said yes in your mind, but before your body said it, she said, "There's rules."
Hold on.
Tone it down.
You can't. Here's a list of words you can't say.
And I'm pretty sure butt fuck was like on the top.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. No, specifically. Ashley's like, look, you gotta try not to cuss. And I was like, seriously, like, I think y'all should know I would be respectful. And then I heard Jose in the background going, no talking about butt fucking me to keep me in the country.
Look, I got family coming from Mexico. I don't want people.
I wouldn't do that. I'll do it here. But I wouldn't do that.
We just
Come on now.
We just wanted to set boundaries. We just wanted to set some kind of boundaries to make sure we were on the same. But
to be fair,
same book.
I still remember the first time I met you. Introduced me to Ashley, right?
Mm-hmm.
I still remember because I'm me. That's what you see is what you get. And you and I are like talking. She's hardly talks. She's in the back seat, and then I'm sitting in the passenger seat next to you. And we're bullshitting, and it gets quiet for like 2 seconds, and I just go, "So what Jose tell you about me?" And she just goes, well, he said, you know, that, you know, you're kind of just going to say whatever comes to your mind. I was like, this is true. Yeah. And she goes, And then he said you slap your chest anytime you need to burp or cough and say, get the demons out. And I was like, oh, get the demons out. That? And she was like, oh my God, that's real?
Yeah, she didn't believe it.
But yes, so if you think I wasn't going to skip that to come in when I had been asked to fucking marry my best friend and then one of my favorite people on the fucking planet, yes, I'm going to skip it. When I'm not even asked to be in the wedding party, just say, you're going to be, you're in the wedding party, right?
We didn't want to put you in a situation where you had to pick. Because we know we would win.
Yes. Now, yeah, exactly.
We didn't want to be the reason that you didn't make it to your brother's wedding.
I would have sold it so well, too. Like, the day before, my mom was like, you're going to be there, right? I was like, yeah, for
sure. You're crossing everything behind your back.
Twist my balls over. Cross my... Yeah, I'm definitely going to be there. 100%. Zero question. But of course, I wouldn't miss it for the world. I'm honored that you would ask me to do that. Mm-hmm. And of course, you're going to do me eventually if I, find a girl that doesn't like to hit me or
threaten you with stuff.
Stuff or threaten to hit me and then call the cops and say I hit them. And it's dark today for me, ain't it?
I need to stop giving you sugar. That's probably what it was. There was too much candy.
I've been having some fucked up dreams lately.
It's probably because
a lot of people that I don't want in my dreams.
It's because you're having withdrawals with nicotine, and your brain is trying to fuck with you.
You might be right.
Yes.
I've been thinking. I didn't think of that. That might be. So what you're saying is I need to get back on it. Okay, I'll go buy some.
I'm saying you need to find something else to get you there. I think you just need to find something else that'll hit the spot. So anal beats. I've been telling him, but he keeps playing. No, I think your mind is just under the stress of being on withdrawals, and it's not registering.
Yeah, because it's been weird ass dreams, like
because there's like your brain is so complex, like everything has a meaning. You just have to look deep.
Well, what bothers me the most is like I can lucid dream. Do you know what that means? Mm-hmm. So I can control my shit. And occasionally, like the past 3 nights, I haven't been able to. And I'm like halfway through it, like I want to wake up. I don't want to be seeing the shit I'm seeing. I want to wake up. I don't want to be seeing this person or these things. Like I want to wake up, and I can't. And I'm like, fuck. It's not like night terrors. Like I have night terrors. That shit's fucking horrifying. Because it's just like, let me just preface how it looks. It's just like, no. And that's like how and I've scared the shit out of like people I've been dating or sleeping with, where they're like, what the fuck? Oh, this is like the disturbing thing. So, also back, just such a slight personal story. Also back to the Jacob thing. I posted videos of the wedding venue, right? First off, one of the most gorgeous wedding videos I've seen in my life. I had 12 people DMing me going, where the fuck is that? One of the most depressing one is like the girl I was first in love with. And she's with somebody and I'm like, oh shit, that fucking hurt. And she was like, where's this at? And I was like, Aubrey, Texas. And she's like, thank you so much. And I was like, you bet. But it brings me to that point because when her and I were dating, she was the first one to tell me that because she was the first girl I actually slept in bed with. I was 19. I thought that was weird. Sleeping in bed with somebody. Mm-hmm. I didn't think having sex was weird, but I thought that was weird, right? And so I thought it was like intimate, and I was not about relationships and stuff back then. And this girl kind of broke that for me, and I've always said and I honestly meant that if the situation with us hadn't happened, I don't know if I've talked about this on here at all. I think I've talked to you about it. If the situation that happened with us hadn't have happened, I'd probably be married right now.
Yeah, we talked.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. But she told me, she was like I woke up one morning and I was like, yeah, I didn't sleep that well. And she was like, yeah, it was probably all the fucking toss and turn and the night terrors and shit you were having last night. And I was like, what? And she goes, yeah. I was like, well, how do you know? She goes, because you kept like moving your head back and forth and saying, please. She was like, and sad, like you were begging someone to stop something. And I was like, fucking what? That sounds creepy as shit. Mm-hmm. So apparently that's what I do. Which it's like, I don't know what the fuck that's about.
I think it's time to see some professionals.
I did. Once I get health insurance, dude, we're gonna figure this puzzle out.
Yeah.
Hey Doc, like puzzles? Charles St. John, how you doing?
I'm like the movie Inception. I just walk. 100% worse.
It's a dream within a dream within a dream. It's
nuts.
Trauma within a trauma within a trauma.
Yeah.
What up? Yeah, that bummed me out. Whenever she DM'd me that, I was like, oh, god damn it, I love you. Like, I would still be with you.
Come back.
Like, no, legitimately, if she ever, like, was like, hey, let's... And this is 7 years later. If she was like, hey, let's do this, I'd be like, you got it. Zero question.
You know who you is.
Oh, she's been with the same dude that she got with right after me. I might tell that story on here because when I've told the story, so that's the first time. Fuck it. That's the first time I can, like, you know, with. I've been in love 3 times. One time I think I just said it because I wanted to hear it. That was, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Shoplifter. That's what we'll just call it.
But she was the first one. And it's because I can remember...
Now, were you actually in love?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So, because here's the main reason why, like, that one was the most pivotal one to me. The other two...
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
When you find real love...
That's what I'm saying, dog.
I thought I was in love before.
Yeah.
I laugh at those times.
I know. Like,
because I'm pretty sure I've loved a slice of pizza more than the last girls that I've dated.
So that's my point. Is like when I was with Hannah, 3.5 years, like I just really wanted to be in a real relationship with real love for the first time, right? And so that was fucked up, and that's not what love is or should be. This girl, like with the other two, I've said it too. It just kind of came out, right? With this girl, I can tell you up into the exact second I realized it, and I never said it to her. So I might tell this full story on here eventually, but here's just the day. Okay. So some fucked up shit happened within her family. Let's just say that.
Okay.
She's a very strong, proud person, so she didn't want to ask for my help. She was living in Austin at the time. And I pretty much wore this. I was like, hey, we hadn't seen each other in like 3 weeks, but we had messaging. And I was like, I'm going to be in Austin these days. Just thought you should know.
That powder's going to kill.
Oh, God, that just hit me. But I was like, yeah, I'm going to be in Austin these 3 days. I just thought you should know. You know. Because she was like, she was too proud and too strong of a person to like ask for help. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things I loved about her. And she was like, did you book a hotel? I was like, nah, I'm just going to find something when I get down there.
Smart.
And then she was like, hey, the next day she was like, hey, I told my brother to go stay with my dad. Just come and stay with me. I was like, okay, cool. I didn't address. So I get there. I didn't address what had happened. I was just like, I want to give her some normalcy. And I want to make her not think about this. And in those 3 days, I think I did. It wasn't until I left the third day. I'll tell this whole story, man. Like, I hate saying this, but like, it's a fucking... When I've told this story to people, everyone goes, yeah, you need to get her back. And I was like, that's not really an option. But, you know. So, we go out the first day, go around Austin, do a bunch of stuff together. And go to bed, wake up the next morning. It was this beautiful house that was like right on a creek, like stone flooring. It was really pretty. And I wake up and I just kind of like, why the fuck fuck. I didn't have my contacts in. Go to the bathroom and put my contacts in. And I don't hear anything, and I don't call out to her. I just go and, like, find her, and I so, like, walk down this hallway, and there's this really, like, pretty archway entrance to, like, the kitchen area, and it's a very open floor plan. And so I, like, kind of around the corner, and I look in, and she's just, like, in front of the sink, looking out the window at, like, the yard, and she's just, like, sipping coffee. And I just kind of, like, lean up against the archway, and I'm looking at her, and, like, I don't make any sound, but then she just turns around and she goes, "Hi." I was like, "Hello." And I walk up, out of a movie. And I walk up to her. I put my arms around her waist. She turns her head to me. I kiss her and I look into her eyes. And in that exact moment, I was like, I want to do this for the rest of my life. This is how I want to wake up. And as I thought that, I was like, I fucking love this woman. She was 2 years older than me. I was like, I love her. And I was like, fuck. And this is where I fucked up. This is where I fucked up, bro, because when I tell this full story, people understand what had just happened in her family. I did not feel it was appropriate for me to drop that then. So I did not tell her. And then a miscommunication and shit she was dealing with happened that caused us to separate. And then when we talked like months later, we realized it was a miscommunication, but everything was fucked up at that point. And you know, shit happens. But yeah, that's like, I remember every second of that morning when I realized that shit. That is the only memory I can 100% remember. Like, I literally, as I was saying it, I felt like I was reliving it, like seeing it in my mind. And I was like, I truly like wish shit had worked out to this day. Yeah. Because she treated me great. Like,
you never do. You never know.
I don't need to fuck up a relationship.
You don't need to.
I know.
Patient man always wins.
Hey man, like that's what I've always like, you know? It's weird that after all this time we have talked in the past year and a half twice. You know?
Dude, all you gotta do is just leave a couple breadcrumbs. And then just wait with your open arms on the
other side. Yeah, and so, I mean, it is what it is. All I care is she's happy. Truly, yeah, like, absolutely. She's the one girl that I have nothing against. I wish it was the choice that she was happy with me, but because of things we both had miscommunicated, I didn't, and she got with the next guy after me, and that was the one she's been with for like the past 7 years. Can't be mad at it. I'll tell that full story though, because it's interesting. Because I met him, like,
you told me. I was with,
and that was weird.
Yeah, I bet.
I kind of threatened the dude a little bit.
Oh, I'm sure it came from a good place though.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't fuck this up. She's the best girl you ever met in your life. And he kind of just stared at me as my girlfriend is standing next to me.
Okay. You knew what was there?
Yeah, anyways. But yeah, so that's like a weird thing where, and I think this is also part of like why my last relationships didn't work out. If she had reached out to me at any time, I would have dropped them in a heartbeat. Either of the last two.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Because I know who she is, and I remember that she made me feel like accepted and cared for so much. Like,
and it's very interesting that like you remember the day.
I remember every second of that happened. I remember most of my interactions with her.
See, because like, vividly. I remember the day that I knew that Ashley was the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she said she liked me like her Google Docs. Undocumented.
Well, so I told that story to Emily and Aaron one time. Emily's not an emotional person, and she's like listening so intently. And I get done, she was like, "Dude, you need to get in contact with her." And I was like, "She's with somebody." that's not my place. And I'm not, like, what happened was partially my fault. I hurt her. And she didn't deserve that. So if she's happy now, good for her.
I mean, that's the best. Yeah. For you and your character, I think that's the best that you could do.
Yeah.
Like, except all my exes. I wish you nothing but misery. I don't care what you're doing. I hope you get a ingrown hair. I don't care. You choke on water. Stop adding me on Facebook. I'm going to decline all of them.
Have they?
I'm just no.
Okay, I was about to say.
I don't care. They don't care about me.
That was like that weird.
We all moved on.
That was that weird month for me.
Yeah.
That was a weird 28 days.
Like that.
But yeah, so I mean, legitimately, it's something I thought about when she had messaged me. I was like, "What are you DMing me for?" And then I saw that, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
boo."
Delete.
Yes, yeah. But like immediately, I started thinking about her, and here was the thing too. So I think that was a point I was trying to have is, you know, I've been to all these funerals all throughout my life. It fucking sucks. It's never, not a single one has been easy. None of them have gotten easier. I mean, literally half my entire dad's family is dead. We've lost multiple people in my mom's. Like, literally, if you break down the numbers, half, if not more than half of my family's dead. Yeah. And I've been to all those funerals. I mean, shit, I was averaging like 1 or 2 a year of just family.
That's crazy.
And then I've been to so few weddings. And I went to Jacob's. And that was different, man. I've known Jacob since I was 10 years old. I've known him longer than I've known you. 16 years. And it's like, I remember, I've got photos of him and me as like little kids just being fucking hellions. And then I said this to Abby, his now wife. And I truly mean this, is the only two people that the first time they introduced me to someone, I knew that was the perfect person for them, was Jacob introducing me to Abby and you introducing me to Ashley. That's the only time in my life that I've seen like people I've known that I've been met, and I'm like, you're going to make my boy happy and y'all are going to get married and I don't even have to worry about it. But it was such a beautiful... Dude, I fucking love, man. I love, crazy, love. And getting to, like, dude, the thing with Jacob, so here was the wild shit, right? Is he had asked me, and I don't get to spend as much time with him as I should, and I need to put in more of an effort.
Yeah.
Because it's like, anytime I come out to Mansfield, it's like, I get with you, I get with Derek and Landon, I get with the girls, I get with my family, and it's like, I need to fit Jacob in there too, and I need to do that. Because he's right down the street. And so he had told me, he was like, hey, I want you to come to my wedding. I was like, of fucking course I'm there. I'm not going to miss that for the fucking world. And I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have missed that for anything. So the week of, we hadn't talked in like 2 or 3 weeks. And I texted him that Monday and I was like, hey bro, because they did like text invitations. I was like, I haven't got another text about like location or time or anything. And he goes, dude, just come to the hotel like the night before and hang out with the groom's party. And I was like, you got it, champ. So he was like, yeah, it's in Denton. I was in Mansfield Brain, so I was like, oh shit, this is an hour away, so I gotta be prepared at this time. Then I'm at my house and I'm like scrambling and I type in the address and I was like, this is 28 minutes away from me. What the fuck? That's right, I'm in North Dallas. So I drive over there. I get to see him and his brother and his cousin, who I fucking love, his brother and his cousin, Isaiah and Izell. And then I get to see fucking Mikey Ramondi. I get to see Cole. I get to see like all these people that I haven't seen in years. I'm like, dude, this is, and we're playing Mario Kart and drinking the night before he's getting married. I'm like, and this is what I've talked about so many times on this. When you know people, you're real fucking friends. Is I hadn't seen Mikey, I hadn't seen Cole, I hadn't seen Isaiah and Isaiah for years, and I'm sitting there, and it's like we just
every time.
It picked up like it was like there was no time in between whatsoever, and I'm like, that's real fucking friendship. And so I'm sitting there, and Jacob's like, you should just sit here. And I was like, dude, I live 20 minutes away. I was like, I love you. I would cuddle you. There's enough people here. Y'all use the beds. I'm going to go back to my place. If anyone wants to come crash over at my place, you can. And he was like, okay, cool. He was like, what time are you coming tomorrow? I was like, what time's everything start? He goes, well, the wedding starts at like 4:35. I was like, okay. I was like, what time do you want me there? And he goes, well,
like we're pre-gaming.
We're leaving the hotel and like going to the wedding at like 11:12. I was like the wedding party? He goes, yeah. I was like, okay. He goes, so you should come here like 11:30, 12. And I was like, I can do that. So I was like kind of part of the wedding, but I wasn't. And I can't wait to see this video. These fuckers didn't know how to dress themselves. So I'm putting on these dudes' bow ties because they're like dangling halfway down their chest. I'm like, do you not know how to tighten a bow tie? So I'm fixing.
Were they actually tied, or were they like the?
No, it was like it was the clip on, but you had to like tighten up the side, and they didn't know how to do it, and they didn't know how to put cufflinks in. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know me, I can't sit around and do nothing. I have to help in whatever situation I'm in, unless someone strictly tells me not to, right? Like if you're cooking or something like that, I will always try to help until you're like, no, sit your ass down and talk to me, and you stay the fuck away from my food, white boy.
That would be me. And
yeah, I know. So
I do it to Ashley.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like I'm like popping everybody's colors. I'm straightening up their shit, making sure it's all right, putting in their cufflinks and stuff. And then Jacob comes over to me. He's like, "Will you help me?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." So I'm tying all this stuff, and I noticed the camera guy behind us, and I was like, "Oh, this is." And he showed me like his brief footage of like me looking at Jacob, smiling at him, like fixing his bow tie and like doing his cufflinks. I was like, "Dude, this is fucking beautiful." Like,
yeah, dude.
We were kids together. Like, what the fuck? And then I'm here when you're getting married and you're in love, and then oh my god. So like, I'm like a part of this, and I'm not, and. They're like, okay, all the groomsmen go outside yard, take pictures with Jacob. And so they all go outside. I don't follow because I'm not a groomsman. And so I'm sitting there with the MC and then Abby's dad. And the MC's asking Abby's dad some questions about their relationship. And he starts just saying beautiful shit about Jacob that's making me tear up. Where he was just like, you know, we didn't know who he was, but we prayed for him for Abby. Little did we know he had already been on this earth for 4 years. And I was like, all my ex's fathers hated me. And I was just like, this is fucking beautiful, man. And then they all walked back in. They're like, where the fuck were you? I was like, I'm not a groomsman. I'm not even I'm wearing black on black, but I don't have the jacket. I don't have all this shit. Like, what are you talking about? They're like, you should have come and taken pictures. I was like, no, I'm not part of it, but I'm part of it. And yeah, man. So it's fucking beautiful. Oh my god, this is so funny. So we're going through the rehearsals, right? And so Jacob has to wait in this other room. We do Abby's rehearsal first. It's cute as shit. Her brother stands in for Jacob. And then Jacob comes in. We do his rehearsal. And then the priest just goes, all right, we need someone to stand in for Abby. And I was like, and he goes, Travis, you're up. And I was like, roll. You bet. And so I'm literally sitting in there in front of the doors, and her dad is like his arm through my arm. We're running this shit, and I'm like talking shit to her dad and everything like that. And I'm like, should I squeeze his ass? He was like, definitely go for it. And he was like smacking around a couple bit too. I was like, you got it, boss man. And so we got walking in, and she walked out to the Beauty and the Beast song.
Okay,
dude, that was so much better than a regular bridal song, where it's just the song is old as time, like. Gorgeous! It gave me chills every single time I heard it. Was
it the original song, or was it like a? It was
just acoustic. It was just the acoustic.
Oh man, that's dope. Yeah. That's dope.
And I got more to tell you about the photographer and videographer and shit and that. Your boy was helping. So I start walking in, and Jacob just immediately starts laughing because it's my big ass, and I'm just walking up like. Like as we're going down the aisle, her dad's laughing his ass off, and then so we're rehearsing it where the dad stops and the pastor, priest, whatever the fuck, he goes, who is giving away this beautiful bride? And I was like, thank you. And he was like, her mother and I was like, that's right. And so Jacob comes down and he has to like shake his hand. He shakes his hand, and they're like, she'll hand you her hand, and I just go.
Big ass hand.
He said that he was like, "These are so much bigger than Abby's." I was like, "You bet, champ." Then he grabs it, and then we get up to the top.
You should have said you should wait and see
what's underneath. It's way bigger. So he takes my thing, and we go up there, and then the pastor goes, "All right, now face each other." And so my big 6'2" ass is sitting there, and I look at him, and he just immediately goes. And looks down. I go, you look me in the eyes. God damn it. And he's like, bro, I can't. I was like, come on now. Mm-hmm. And so we run it. It was fucking funny. And and as we're walking up the stairs, I like pinch his ass. He was like, stop. That's not realistic. And then like later in the evening, she did that. And I was like, you fucking liar. You said that wasn't realistic. So wedding was fucking gorgeous. I sit in the chapel. And, oh my God, man. It was... The song hits... And Jacob's not like a crazy emotional person like that, man. But the song hits, the door opens, she walks in, and I'm looking at him, and you just see like, you know, the smile that you can't control. He's trying to control it, but he can't control. And then I just see him go, and he wipes and I was like, fuck, and I lost it. I was like, God damn it, this is bullshit.
I've worked a lot of weddings when it came to like working at the country clubs and my photography and my internship with Deshaun. It's the same thing. Like you see a beautiful bride come in, you look at the groom. He's either crying or
when he lost it, I lost it.
It's a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when it's a friend of yours,
it's so much more.
Or someone that you care about, it hits home.
It killed me
so much harder.
I was good up until that day. I was just like, this is a beautiful day, and then I saw her, and I was like, wow, she looks gorgeous. But then when I looked at Jacob and I saw him like just drop the one tear and wipe, I was like, fuck, man. I was like, dude, we were toddlers together. Like, I was there with you when
that's how I was with TJ's wedding.
Yeah, I was all these memories started, like my life with him flashed before my eyes, where I'm like, dude, we were sitting there together when that fucking dumb bitch ditched you at prom and then asked me to go to prom with her, and we're like, this stupid bitch. Like, I remember like everything of our lives together, and I was just like, God, this is wild, man.
It's crazy.
I'm gonna try.
It's such a cool moment too, because it's like people that you grew up with.
Yeah, and
it's just a realization of,
dude,
like,
I'm gonna have to
all growing up.
I'm gonna struggle so hard with yours. I'm gonna have to figure something out. I have to take some like beta blockers or some shit so I don't fucking break out. But yeah, so wedding was fucking beautiful. We fucking party after that shit. Suave Mente was the second song it played, and Travis's hips just started moving, and there was no control.
Suave Mente be hitting hard,
First off, the amount of Hispanic people there, and Suave Mente hit, and I was the only one that went, oh shit, and I was just like,
yep,
and hips start moving. Actually, hold on. One of the funniest parts. So I'm sitting next to his buddy Chris, who's black, right? And the wedding had just happened. I'm just kind of hanging out, and they're taking like the follow-up pictures. Like, so they started. They're like, all right, anyone who's related to the bride, come on the stage. 20, 30 people get on stage. Yada yada. I feel like you know where the story's going. And then they're like, okay, let's drop to immediate flaming. Okay, just to the bridal party. Okay, now y'all leave. If you're related to the groom, come to the stage. The entire chapel of Hispanic people stands up. It gets like 60 to 70 people on stage. And I look at him, I was like, dude, that's all you need to know about the difference between white culture and Hispanic culture right there. I was like, there was like 20 white people. He was like, you know what's funny about the white people party? He was like, you know, there's some people that didn't get invited just because they don't fucking like them. And I was like, that's a good fucking point.
That's true.
But dude, like in that moment too, I like laughed because I was like, that's a funny, just cultural thing you notice. And I got jealous. And that fucked with me for like 2 minutes until I realized I had to get over it. I got jealous. And I was like, fuck, man, I'm going to have like, if I get married, I'm going to have like 8 people on the stage. And like, look at this big, beautiful fucking family he has.
That's going to be blood family though. You got more than family.
I know.
That's not, it's not blood.
Yeah, I know. And like, y'all, of course, be up there for mine.
Because if that happens and they're like, hey, if you're related, Landon,
dude,
Derek,
stop! You're gonna make me fucking cry,
myself
bro.
Are going up there and they're gonna be like, no, we said direct family. Like, yeah, bitch, we blood.
Dude, the amount of times I've like told people that, and because that's just how me and Derek talk, where it's like, this is my brother Jose, and people like kind of look at me weird for a second. It's like, what? Like, are you? Does he have like albinoism? Like, what is it?
Start whispering.
What's he? I mean, he kind of looks like Canelo, but like, what the fuck?
Did you pick him up from the Nacho Libre? Yes, I played Chancha on that.
But yeah, so I mean, the partying is fucking great, dude. Like I forgot all like we listened to this early like 2000s grunge rock and shit like that. It was fucking dope, and we're dancing on the dance floor.
Our music playlist.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be wild.
I can't wait.
Wow.
But yeah, the playlists were awesome. We were dancing the entire time, and it kept getting hot, so I kept going inside and outside. And it was funny where people would just kind of, I would go outside and people start following me. But so I'm sitting out at, I was just so full of like love and happiness. I go and sit on the gazebo outside, and I got on Instagram for a second. I just made like a little rant, like talking about like, I fucking love this dude, and I love that she's with him and all this shit.
It's a beautiful moment, dude.
Then
Especially
I see Jacob and her walk out, and then I see the photographer and the videographer, Daydream, that's who he is.
Okay.
Which I told him afterwards, I was like, dude, why don't you just fucking call Jose? He did a good job, though. So, they start walking out to the gazebo, and I was like, you need to use this? And they're like, yeah. I was like, all right. And Jacob was like, what are you doing, man? I was like, I'm just chilling. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm just hyping them up as they're, like, taking these shots. I'm like, dude, that's good. Pucker the lips a little bit more. I was like, look, when you lean in that arm, just, like, relax the shoulder a little bit more. And the videographers go, can we just take you everywhere with us? Like, can you just hype up everything? And I was like, hell yeah. But, so they get this good shot of, like, them about to kiss. And I'm standing next to Landon, Daydream. And I go, hey, Landon. He goes, yeah. I was like, you know, she walked out to the Beauty and the Beast song, right? And he goes, yeah. I was like, do you see the fucking moon and clouds and everything right now? I was like, take that camera, tilt that board just a little bit up. And, dude, I cannot wait for her to post this picture. The shot of them in this, like, gazebo that the lights are lit up, and then directly above it, a full moon with some dark colored clouds, like, kind of covering it, and these trees with no leaves on it. It was like the perfect beauty. Like, it was one of the best wedding pictures I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's awesome.
And he literally was like, you want to come, like... And I was like, why is everybody offering me a job today? Even when I'm, like, helping the dudes get their bow ties and shit on, Isaiah Acosta's like, bro, you need to, like, do this shit for a living. You're, like, handling everybody right now. I was like, y'all are my boys. I just want to make sure I
y'all looking fly.
But yeah, man, I was so full of fucking love that day, and like I've been on a high since then where I've been like that was just from the night of just hanging out with them to that day, like nothing went wrong. It was just perfect. Like I was just all my anxiety, all my stress, everything was gone. Like I just felt fucking amazing. And he's just drunk, and he comes up to me at one point, and I just like grab him behind the head, have my like hands on his face. And he was like, I love you. I was like, I fucking love you, man. I was like, I'm so goddamn happy for you. And like, we just hugged, and I was like, God damn it. This is just, I want more of that. And I know yours is going to be, dude, I'm going to be such a fucking titty baby at fucking yours. I'm going to be like, I hope I get,
you're going to have to get the crying out of the way.
Dude, I'm going to have to. I'm going to be sit there, and we're going to like, you're just going to be like, cheers. I'm going to be like,
fucking glasses just shaking.
We've been through so much together, cheers. Hey, Travis, Slavic Minta is playing on the dance floor. You want to come out? We've listened to Slavic Minta so many times together.
You're crying.
It's so beautiful.
That's one song that I told Ashley, this has to be on the playlist.
And what's hilarious is when I got on the dance floor and started fucking moving my hips, that shit, like, it was nothing but Mexicans and Spaniards, and they were like, oh shit, orale, wey, what the fuck? Yeah. And I was like, oh, what you know about this shit? Hey, say less. Toca. What's up?
Fucking hitting them. Like, hips don't lie.
Oh, dude, if you play Hips Don't Lie at your wedding, say fucking less. I'll shake my
I probably won't play them back to back with Suavemente, but you know, it'll be on the same.
Dude, I'm gonna be like out of breath from fucking dancing. So
that'll be nice.
But yeah, man.
It'll be
I'm happy. That was fucking great, and I can't wait for yours, and I'm happy for you, man.
I do.
We're almost there.
6 months, dude.
Yeah. 3 months of my birthday, and 3 months after that is your fucking way.
Mm-hmm.
My second annual 25th birthday. You know, it's good.
And then you can start counting backwards from there.
No, this is second. It's gonna be third annual, fourth annual, fifth annual. So we're staying there, and that's it. It's,
no, if I'm reaching late 20s, you're hitting them motherfuckers too.
We're doing it together.
I'll be 29 this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right there.
Yeah. We're getting old.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. What are we doing here? Are we seriously doing?
Hey.
I've already made too many depressing jokes. We're not going there.
Hey, man, we're getting old.
Let me get married first, and then we can talk about
dude.
us getting old together.
We're growing.
Yeah, that's true, though. I still be doing stupid shit.
Oh, I do stupid shit all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Well, I do stupid shit like ruin marriages.
You
do stupid shit.
It's the only way to keep yourself young.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, keep yourself... And I've been doing this shit since, like, I was 17.
Yeah, you know, it's
I don't do as many stupid stuff. Like, real stupid. But I keep myself young by doing little stupid shit.
Yeah. That was what was funny. I saw someone there at Jacob's wedding. I hadn't seen him 4 years. And we're talking about real estate. And I kind of just stopped. And I look at him and he goes, what? And I was like, you remember when we were branding each other's asses in the backyard of your house at like 14? And now we're talking about real estate. He was like, bro, I still have my brand. And I was like, I don't. My shit. Because I pulled when that shit happened to me. I was like, fuck that.
He just sitting there rubbing cocoa butter.
Yeah, no shit. But yeah, if you like this episode of all this fun talk from vices to weddings to love, go ahead and I'm full of fucking love, man.
Hey, man. You got to.
Go ahead and like this video. If you love love, if you don't love love, fuck you.
Man.
Fuck you, double heart. But I still love you. Fuck you, but I love you. If you love love, go ahead and like this video. Comment down below on what you would do in your wedding. And then subscribe to us if you have not already.
Follow our social media.
Yes, our social medias are linked down below. Go ahead and follow us there. If you want to book somebody for your wedding, hey, I know a great guy to do it. And if you
I
want
also
to
do other stuff.
Yeah.
Like senior photos.
Yeah.
Or if you're an artist, I'll cover your concert. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Take me on tour.
And if you want to book somebody to make sure your boy looks good at your wedding and make sure shit's happening, holla at your boy.
Holla.
All right? And if you just need the hype man for those photos, like, yeah, them titties look great. Like, I got you. Bro, your bulge is looking fantastic, man. Shove that shit to the left. There we go.
I'm going to need that. I'm going to need that on October.
I got you, bro. Oh, don't worry. Oh, you best believe I'm be hyping your ass up the entire time.
Looking forward to it.
All right. We will see you guys next time.